Welcome to Pasqual's Eye on the Arts here in West Hollywood, adjacent to Beverly Hills. We're having a lot of fun today, and I'm going to tell you something very exciting. We have a royal show tonight. We have royalty in the house, and I'm so excited. I've been watching this guy and this prince for quite a few years, and I've heard about it, and we did a big show in Beverly Hills, and I said, I want to meet the prince. Well, we met the prince. Anyway, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much, and I'm very, very excited to be here with you. And as you said, indeed, I'm a prince. My name is Prince Mario Max Schaumburg-Lippe of Germany, and my family founded Hamburg, Lübeck, and Kiel in Germany. And my grandmother happens to be Princess Theodora of Denmark from another country, so it's Germany, Scandinavia that's in our family, and I'm very happy to be here, living my personal Hollywood dream, working hard on my entertainment and Hollywood career. And of course, super exciting to be here with you in your beautiful show that is creating a lot of buzz worldwide, by the way.
Thank you. You know, it's amazing. You know, here we are. Our studio is in West Hollywood. They're going to be building a new building, and we're right in this. You coming here from the Academy Awards yesterday, is that true?
Yesterday I was working very hard because I had the honor to host the Oscar event of the Venice Beach Media District. After that, I was going to do some reports and interviews at the Roosevelt, which had the 90th anniversary. Can you imagine?
Roosevelt Hotel?
Yes.
Oh, in Hollywood.
And the first Oscars have been held there.
Exactly.
It was the second step. And then the third step, I was meeting with an ambassador and with Oscar winners, and we celebrated them in a very private environment. It was so exciting because I could hear all the insider stories of the Oscar winners, and I had the newest Oscar, in my hand from a friend who won. Another friend of mine was nominated from Switzerland, so that was very exciting. And of course, Oscar night is a big night for everyone, and especially for someone who is in the entertainment industry as I am. I'm producing, I'm acting, and of course I'm following everything that has to do with the Oscars, with the Emmys, and with the Grammys, which pretty much set the world standard of entertainment quality.
Absolutely. And you were you doing your own show, your show from Germany at the same time? Of this?
So what I'm doing is, since 8 years now, which is a long time, as you know, for television,
right.
I'm doing a TV show, and it is the TV show Astro Royal, and we're reaching 102.7 million households. So
wow! And you do this in English and German, or German
only? Oh yeah,
only?
English, interactive, then German, and it's all over the social media. So I'm working very hard, and this is going on every Wednesday live on air. And the fun thing is, as we air live in Germany and Austria and Switzerland as well, I need to get up at 3 a.m. because Wednesday we are live at 5 a.m. So
oh my gosh,
that's when my studio guests have to come.
Oh, you're live.
I'm live on air at 5 a.m. And the fun thing is, we're even having Oscar winners, Grammy and Emmy winners getting up, coming to my show at 5 a.m. to introduce them to my audience. So that is kind of cool. I'm always very excited when I tell them, if you want to come to my show, you need to probably get up at 3 because we air at 5 sharp.
Oh my gosh.
And no LA traffic excuse. You need to be at my show on time because we're live.
That's a good one. That's amazing. How do you do it all? I mean, let's talk about royalty. Usually doesn't do what you do. You know, I mean, this is a very different life, a different world, you know, coming to America. I'm sure you go to other countries also, but you're not the usual royal.
Oh, absolutely not. I couldn't agree more. I'm definitely not the usual royal or the usual prince, because my family part is very artistic. So my father happened to be the royal court photographer for his cousin, Queen Margaret of Denmark. So he was all his life an artist, and he wrote best-selling books about our family, about the royal family. And my mother, having this artistic side, she sings and she writes wonderful books. And through that, I was pretty much getting the freedom to do what I always wanted to do. So I got into the arts. I started aged 16 when I still was in school,
Wow.
doing radio reports about the festivities and balls in my birthplace, Salzburg, which is a very artistic city. As a boy, I was already on stage at the Salzburg Festival at the production of Boris Godunov. And then I met amazing artists. And having from my mother's side a grandmother that comes from a Jewish Viennese background from Vienna, I'm so blessed to have this both sides. On my father's side, the royalty, a 1,000-year-old history, and a very caring family that was always bringing peace to the world. And on my mother's side, this amazing family that was working hard, achieving so much, and having the Jewish background. So I feel so blessed, and I'm very, very proud of my Jewish ancestors.
Do you celebrate any of the holidays?
Oh, of course,
Oh,
all
Shabbat
of them.
and all that stuff?
Yes,
Wow,
I do.
wow.
I love that.
That's amazing.
We are the only part within royalty that has these two sides within the family.
that's very
that's very
interesting.
unique, and I guess it's also
Yes.
why I have this artistic drive, and pretty much why I do and we do what we want, and I go my way because I know this is what I want to do, and this is what my life is like. Yeah, after the
Right.
radio shows, I was doing writing, and after writing for Bertelsmann, which is a big media group, we were starting new magazines, and then I was getting into television, and I was captured by working in front of camera, and then I went to study three things: dance. Liza Minnelli brought me to Luigi in New York,
Oh, wow.
who was the dance captain of MGM. Secondly, I studied acting, so went to David Strasberg, who is the son of legendary Lee Strasberg.
Absolutely.
And
Is that in
then-
New York or here?
Here,
Here,
in
here.
LA.
Okay, oh,
yeah,
in LA,
so I studied
okay.
acting here. And then the third thing I did is I was working on music. And Robert Cavell, who is a dear friend of mine now, he is actually one of the producers of the legendary Aaron Spelling. We all know his shows like Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose
Right.
Place. And Aaron Spelling, God bless him, taught everything that now Bob Cabell uses in his productions. And he became a playwright. He wrote See, The Man with the Mask, the Sorrow musical. He wrote the Broadway show Pretty Faces.
And you were all involved with all of these people?
And I am, but you know what's
Yeah.
happening? So Bob put me as a lead in Pretty Faces in the Broadway show. I was Roger. Then he just started a new show by the name of 12 Days of Christmas. And I was the lead in the world premiere. And right after this interview, I'm actually flying for 2 days to Seattle. And we're recording the album for his new hit musical because we landed a big hit with 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh my
So he wants
gosh,
to bring
how
this to the record
phenomenal.
stores. So that's my music part. And in the meantime, I joined the Grammys Academy, the Emmy Academy, and I just finished judging for an Emmy category. So, of course, I cannot talk more about that. But I tell you one thing, it's very, very interesting what the guys came up with in the last period of time. I can't wait to see all the results, what my other
There's a
fellow
lot of
judges
great
did.
things happening in that area right now. A lot
Great
of
things
changes
happening.
are being made.
Oh, yeah.
There's some spirituality coming into the picture.
I
You
love
know,
that.
It's one of those things. I just wonder, your royalness, does it help your career, or is it? Tell me about that. Does that being royal, is that an advantage, or is that ever a disadvantage to you?
Honestly, it's both, because on the one hand side, we get a lot of like interest and exposure, and I try to use all that exposure for the good. So I speak up for people that need help. I try to educate kids. We just started an amazing project, an etiquette school with a foundation here in Los Angeles. It's called Rautenstein Foundation. So this etiquette school brings etiquette and protocol to kids. And I think through etiquette, through protocol, through politeness, we bring peace to the world, because etiquette brings what? Respect. And respect brings peace. If you respect other people, whatever they believe, whatever they like, wherever they are from, whatever their background is, if you respect others, then there is no space for anything rude. Through respect, peace will be spread in this world. That's why I'm all about teaching kids being respectful. So there is nothing bad. If someone likes this, that's all good. If someone comes from there, it's all the same good, because there is one key line. We are one. We are pretty much really
We are
all
one. That's
one.
right. That's true.
And we just did a song.
You're amazing. You're too amazing. I can't believe it all. You know, I mean, it's just it's a new era, and you are absolutely leading the way. And now is the time for the leaders to take their place, and you certainly have. We're going to get a chance to talk about your background with your parents, and we're going to do another show in a few minutes. And I can't wait to hear, because from all of these things you're telling me, you've got to have roots, and those roots have to be wonderful. I mean, your background and people and all, and the love, and you're sharing this with them. You know, you share your life with them. You know, I mean, I've seen most of the things that you're doing, they're there with you. And you're very proud to present them.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy when they're there. I just was performing for the Chinese New Year's TV Gala. I invited you, but I saw you've been recording a TV show at the same day.
Right.
And that was fun. So I was singing and dancing. I did the Fred Astaire putting on the Ritz.
Oh, I love the outfit.
Number.
It was wonderful.
Thank
wonderful,
you.
Wonderful.
And so my parents were coming in for that. I love that support. And they are coming in again for my charity event I have the honor of being a host at. So a foundation by the name of Rautenstein, they put together on April 1st an event that's supporting veterans and their kids. And I love what the veterans did, and I'm very sad what they go through in many times.
All over the world,
and
right?
they need support.
Right.
And so for the American veterans, because I'm a guest in this country and I want to give, I want to help. And therefore on April 1st in Cathedral City, we're putting together a red and black masquerade ball and caviar festival, because caviar is very healthy, and we found this way of getting this amazing formerly royal product for a very low price. So everyone who buys a ticket who is supporting the veterans and their kids is going to get a tasting of caviar, is going to have food tastings. That's going to be on April 1st in Cathedral City. And I'm so excited.
And that's in the Palm Springs area.
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
next to Palm. It's between Palm Springs, Indian Wells, and Coachella. So many of the folks know the Coachella Music Festival, and it's going to be in this valley. And I'm very excited. And I'm also going to perform there and do a sing and dance. And my family is coming. And we get a great DJ. The DJ from the Hilton family, which I heard there, is going to do his show. So it's going to be fun. And we're going to have a good time. Doing good. That's most important.
Absolutely. A charity event.
It's a charity event.
Exactly.
Yes.
Tell me about Palm Springs. You're pretty active down there. I have a division called Sharing Friends of the Arts Coachella Valley. And we've done a lot of things. We're responsible for bringing the arts to Coachella Valley through some of the artists. We did the sculpture for Sonny Bono down in the fountain. There's a big sculpture of the ex-mayor.
I love the Sonny Bono sculpture.
And that was done by Emmanuel Stikovsky. I brought in from Russia. And then he did also the Lucille Ball that's sitting on the bench.
Yes, absolutely.
And at the airport. So we do a lot of things. And in fact, there's a buzz around that they want to give me a star in Palm Springs. So we'll see. Tell us about the star in Palm Springs, because I know a wonderful man there. His name is Fleet Easton.
Yeah.
To me, he's Hollywood. He's an incredible guy, and he has a title now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He's what they call him, the Prince of Palm Springs.
Absolutely. So,
And you share that with him. I mean,
he's fantastic. He's a dear friend of mine, and the fun thing is, Fleet, who is an entertainer and singer, so we come from the same profession. We bumped into each other at an event, and that was so funny because I saw him and he was so fun and cool, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm singing and dancing." I'm like, "Oh wow, I do the same thing." And then we started to talk, and then he was like, "Oh, you're a real prince, that's amazing." And I'm like, "Yes." And then he said, "I got the name from people in Palm Springs and from the Coachella Valley that I'm the Prince of Palm Springs." And I said, "That's fantastic." So from the day on, we hit it off. We became great friends, and I was actually the one who was invited to do his speech when he got his star at the Walk of
recently, right?
Stars.
Yes,
Just a few weeks ago, Fleet got his star at the Walk of Stars in Palm Springs, and we are now working on a show act for Las Vegas. So a lady
Together?
from a big production company
really?
from China is
Okay.
putting us together on the stage in Las Vegas. So we're going to perform in Las Vegas. And the great thing is, like, I love to work. So whenever I get asked to perform at an event, a charity event, or gala, or jubilee, and so on, I'm there. I like, boom, German, on time, do my performance, hit it off. I love it. And
Off
I
to
just
the
have
next
so
event,
much fun.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. As I said, we have a Coachella Valley division there, and I was the ambassador for water for Desert Hot Springs.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
I connected Desert Hot Springs with Wiesbaden, Germany, because they also had clean water. So actually, I think we were number one and they were number two. So I, one year, decided, the mayor gave me a letter and I was official, and we wrote them. They said yes and everything, but we didn't hear from them. So I went to, I did a big event in Frankfurt for, it was for religious freedom.
Yeah.
And so while I was there, I got on the train or something to go to Wiesbaden from Frankfurt, and it was amazing, And you know what? I don't know, but Germany happens to be my favorite country. I was on the world skating team in 1963.
Wow.
And we skated in Essen, Germany.
Yeah.
And so and ever since, I was so impressed with the highways, with the way the buildings are built, everything, and the food. And I got to, I'm a swimmer also, so I got to stay in this wonderful hotel. They knew I loved swimming, so they gave me the opportunity. It was a hotel in Germany, I don't remember which one, but the whole downstairs basement was a swimming pool.
Oh, that's
You
fantastic.
swam from one room to the other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my heart is in Germany. In fact,
Yeah.
we're looking at doing a strut wearable art of the wearable art that I have in August in Germany. So we're going to connect through what you're doing.
Oh, I'd love
and
to.
it's time because and then one of the things that I do want to mention to you, and I can't say it for sure yet until it's official, as you know. But we're going to be creating a World Olympic Arts and Poetry event in Los Angeles. I've been asked to host it. So next year I go to India, and we do a big show there for the arts. And then from there, the next year, we're going to be doing it here. And people will be coming from all over the world. And I really would love to have you to be a part of that.
Oh, I'd love to.
I mean,
And I also
it's
want
amazing.
you on my show because you're going to be on my show when you come to Germany. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to have you then in my show so we can do all this for the good. What I love about your work, I followed your work too, is that you're ambassador for peace. And that's so important because art brings people together.
Well,
Like,
that's
artists
what
are the ones who are
yes,
open.
absolutely, and that's what we're all thinking about because the world must change, and it's only going to happen through arts and extra effort. One of our theme songs is "There's a Winner in You,"
Yeah.
and we like to bring that winner out in people
Yeah.
by arts, entertainment, charities, all those good things, and recognizing people because we are one. You know, and you have definitely done this, and it seems like it's part of your heart, your soul.
Oh, it is.
You know,
It
and I'm
is.
going to talk to your parents a little later, and see where they came from, because I've also heard a lot of good things about them.
That's very
So
sweet.
tell me also, you're into physical fitness.
Oh, yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
So it's a whole thing with you. I mean, it's body, mind, and spirit. It seems
You're
like.
right. I mean, I'm an artist, and so I feel there are so many things to do, and there are so many things to discover. And I act, I sing, I dance. I love to perform live. I did movies and TV shows, like tons of them. I want to do way more. I'm loving to work. And the interesting thing is, people sometimes ask me, how do you do all that? And I'm very disciplined. I get up in the morning when I have a long thing going off, if it's work or if it's some reception. I still get up at the same time every morning, and I would never get lazy. So when I hear people that are like, oh, we were hanging out long on Saturday night, and then we came home like at 4 a.m., so we slept all day, I would never do that. So I'm too disciplined, because I need to stay in my work routine. And even me being a prince, having had all this roller coaster in my life too, because not every day is a sunshine day. So you have your days where you struggle, you have your days where you go to a casting and audition and where you feel you didn't hit it, and then you have these amazing days where you get like booked from a mixer, or where you get a movie role from stage. So somebody approached me the other day, and I booked being the next Dr. Frankenstein in the Frankenstein feature film.
Oh my gosh.
Randall Malone being the monster, and Leroy being the producer. So that's a very big deal for me. So I was booked off stage. But as we all know in this industry, it's a roller coaster every day, up and down. And I think you can only survive this and not lose your energy if you put in discipline and never stop working. And I feel there's so much more you have to give that you can receive. So I never came to Hollywood to like be discovered and be the biggest thing. No. I came here to deliver good work hard, and get involved into great artistic projects. That's what I love. And whatever else comes, that's all destiny.
See, that's why I'm interested in seeing what you're doing, because we're all, I'm an artist. I'm a world artist, actually. I have my fellowship in the Royal Photographic Society of Great Britain. I'm a photographer, and created an art form called artography, and the wonderful world of artography and all the things that we do. It's so amazing. And you know what? That's what keeps us going. But it's not all about our own art. It's about giving back.
Yes.
It's sharing the things that you're doing with the veterans and the children. That's what it's all about. And worldwide, if you really look at the history of artists, they don't do that. They focus on one area, and they leave that part out. Sometimes it's a disadvantage, because we're doing too many things, so we don't focus on making ourselves known in one particular area. But what I love, I love education. And one of the things that I graduated from some of the top schools, and one was Brooks Institute of Photography in Santa Barbara. But I had all the honors, and I had all the top things, but I didn't really know how. I was a student. My parents spent a lot of money to make me a photographer. I was going to be a doctor. And we spent twice the amount of money doing that. And even my family said, oh my God, what are you doing? Photography. In those early days, photographers were not, doctors, attorneys, whatever. So I had to push myself in the beginning to say, hey, I want to be an artist, and I want to be a photographer. So I was. And it's, then, of course, giving back. And the great thing that I had was the ability to be able to have a museum exhibit in Los Angeles early in my career, like you are doing something. And it was created as a new art form, and it's been wonderful ever since. And after graduating from school, I created a school called Artography Academy of Photographic Arts, where we actually taught what they were going to go out and do. We were a production company, so that those models, actors, dancers, and singers knew how to get a job and how to perform what they're doing. And this is something now that we're working on again, and it's going to be an international thing. It's a lot of online things, and I to discover you and your parents, it's a new era for me. It's a new, it's enlightening. And I just am very, very happy to see what you're doing.
Absolutely likewise, because when I followed your work and when I look through your social media, I see that you're very active. And what I like about what you're doing is you do these different fields. And I wouldn't say like there is one field even popping up more, because you do all these fields in the highest echelon. And I like that. So it's kind of the way what I admire, that in the olden days they were so well educated in the arts fields. So they were great singers and great dancers and great actors and artists in general. And the same thing I see with you, because you're a great creator and then a great teacher and a great mentor and also a great public speaker. And I feel that's what we have to thrive too much more.
The new artists
it's
have
a
to be
laziness.
praised.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a laziness just to do one thing, because every artist has a lot of skills.
Right.
And I feel we have to constantly work on ourselves and try to get better in these different disciplines. The old ones did it, like Marlene Dietrich. She did it all, and she was wonderful. Like, she's one of the biggest that came from Germany.
You said discipline. That's the thing.
Discipline.
And you know, you have a boot camp discipline in your life, and that's very exciting. You know, you mentioned a magic word a minute ago. We're going to be running out of time soon, but you mentioned Mr. Malone.
Yes.
He's the president of.
Randy Malone is the president. Lord Randall Malone is the president of the Southern California Motion Picture Council. And he is a wonderful man. He is himself a big TV star, having starred on MTV with Carmen Electra, having done hundreds of films. And his genre he is known for is horror movies. And
oh, I didn't know that.
we actually gonna act together in the Frankenstein film, because
Wow.
I'm creating the monster as Dr. Frankenstein, and he's gonna be the monster. And also legendary Oscar award-winning actress Margaret O'Brien is gonna be in this movie, which is a big honor for me.
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
just doing stage work with her.
Oh, we're running out of time, but I want to tell you something quickly. I love them both. They came to
amazing.
my museum,
Yes.
and she loved putting on the hats. And she was so inspiring. And you know what? No one in the history of all my artwork has ever described my museum or my art like Randall Malone.
Oh, I love it.
Amazing. You'll have to see some of the videos that he did. And I'm telling you, I will never forget it.
Yeah,
And, you know, I mean, they've been wanting to give me an award for a long, long time, but every time I'm busy, I have time. But I think coming up soon, I really want to recognize what he's doing, because there's no one like him. He's a very, very special human being.
Yeah.
And what he's done for the association, for the actors that are older actors. Of course, you know, I'm a retired senator, so, and I dealt with the California senior legislature, and I'm very interested in the older performers, people, and humanitarians, and just regular people, everybody. So if he has made a new road for some of these wonderful stars. I met so many great people through him. Anyway, I want to say thank you very much for coming, and we're going to talk to your roots in a few minutes, your mother and your father, and the royal family. I don't know if I'm saying the right things on how to present royalty, but I'm excited about it. And you know what? I want to thank you, and I want to thank my audience for coming and being here to listen. And believe it or not, we've got so much more to do, and we're here to help, to share with all of the people in the world. And you know what? Everyone can't be an artist, but we know that this royal prince is a sharing friends of the arts. Thank you so much.